Hey guys, it's Chattanooga Ed, and this is the Nocturnal Feeding with James, the Fishroom Fever, and we have special guest Bob. And what's your dog's name?
This is Arlo.
Arlo. Awesome. Well, and today I was going to talk about. I'm going to be setting up my tubs here soon, so I was going to go through the steps, like my pre-steps or prep and steps on what I'm going to be doing. And if you guys have any ideas, like that you want to throw in suggestions, or maybe I put out something that's a little different than what you do, guys, chuck it in there. Right now, I've got to get the chat up on the side. So, James, can you say hi to people while I do that real quick?
Hi to people. Are you ready, Ed? No.
Oh, man.
Hello to Edgar Reyes, Merdula Singh, Rockin' Fish, TN, Aqua, Colored Guppies, Fish and Floral, Aqua Balls is here. How is it going? Rolling and scrolling. Rico Stan, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate you being here. Texas Fish Room. John Cox, Pegasus Dorino, Not Nola Fish Rich. Not Nola Jane Fish Rich. Sorry, not Nola Jane. I know that the last part is Jane, and I dropped it. My apologies. Tag Top Tropics, Scouts Aquatics, SC Catahoulas, Priscilla MK, Lonnie, a.k.a. I don't even know what that is. Sorry, I butchered that one. And all the other wonderful people here. And, of course, a huge thank you to Mike's Aquatics and Things, who threw out that $5 super sticker for Chattanooga Ed with that awesome karate fox. And Zinjin's just going to get mad I called it a fox, but I'm going to call it a fox. Thank you very much for that. I'll do there we go. People love to see the little thing. So, very much appreciated, Mike. I hope you're doing well.
You guys, when I was going there, I noticed that I had 40 likes already and 9 thumbs down. They're going to be taking our thumbs down away. So let's tell them that we like our thumbs down. And everybody, if you give me a thumbs down, that'd be really awesome. Because at least I can always say, well, at least one time I had a stream with 46 people that said thumbs down. That'd be awesome.
I did it. I feel really bad doing it, but I did it. I feel.
I think I may have just given my thumb up when I was there really quick.
All right.
I wasn't even.
That's going to be the vibe, is to see how many thumbs downs Chattanooga Ed can get tonight. I appreciate you all hitting the thumbs up on the stream we just left, if you're following along with us live today. If you got your chat so that you can see these, and actually I can pop them up on screen for you, but you won't see the sticker if I do that.
You know what? I did give myself a thumbs up. I just changed it to a thumb down, and now I lost my chat again. Doggone it. I'm sorry, folks. This is high-quality stuff right here.
High-quality stuff. I'm just going to – my camera's going to shut off. No, I'm just kidding. We've got that awesome new camera, and a huge thanks for that. Where is the – there it is.
Okay. I wanted to start off with Dave from Natural Tanks. Oh, my gosh. Is that his – What's Dave's show that's right after us?
Dave's Aquarium Thoughts?
Aquarium Thoughts. He's not going tonight, so he just wanted to let me – or he wanted me to let everybody know. Normally, I'm always saying, go check Dave out. So it's thrown me off a little bit. But, yeah, Dave's not going to go tonight, so just to let everybody know. And then we'll try to mention that towards the end also, just so people know. But so we're going to talk about tubbing. Bob, do you ever do tubbing?
Yep, I got 2 360-gallon tubs.
Oh, wow. When do you and they're like outdoor tubs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. What do you keep in your big tubs?
So last summer in one, I did golden white clouds, and I had rough skin newts in there. I brought the newts in for the winter. The white clouds are still out there. And the other one, I did Radinocentris or Nodus, which is a rainbow fish. And I had to bring those in for the winter. So nothing's in that one right now.
Oh, that's awesome. And, well, last year was my first year doing it. And we hear about people talking about dragon nymphs are the worst thing in the world. I did 2 tanks of 110. At the end, I counted the nymphs. I had 10 nymphs in one tank. I had 0 in the other. But I had like 4,000 guppies with the nymphs and about 40 in the other. But I had about 1,000 tadpoles in that tank. So I think tadpoles are hands down worse than dragon nymphs. I mean, they don't eat your adults, but they don't let anything little live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they're eating all the nymphs and all the baby fry. So this year, my goal is to do screened in tops, which is a drag because the frogs that I have are Tennessee gray tree frogs.
Mm-hmm.
They're about the size of your pinky nail. So they're super small. So they just go right through what I used was bird net over the tanks last year to keep the dragonflies from going in. But I wanted mosquitoes to go in. This year, I'm just going to forget the mosquitoes. I'm going to put a screen over it. But that's where I was going to go with my first goal for this year is I'm going to try to seed it with Daphnia. Like a couple weeks before, I'm going to hopefully grow some Daphnia in those tanks just to give them a head start. Have you ever done Daphnia?
No, but this year I'm going to try a brine shrimp pond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow. Now, where did you get that idea?
From Corey.
Okay. Has he done that?
He did it last summer, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I saw that in one of the videos, and I was very very jealous.
How did I miss this video? That's terrible. Well, okay.
It's in one of my videos as well, but the video was like 40 minutes long, so I don't blame you.
Nobody watches Bob for 40 minutes.
I know.
No.
And it was super awesome just seeing like netting out that many brine shrimp and feeding them, and it was super fun. They're just in there, breeding and reproducing. And
now, is that outdoors or does he do his?
Yeah, it was outdoors. And he had
wow.
some weird algae growing in there that I've never seen. Probably some weird saltwater algae. I don't know, but I got a 5-gallon bucket of salt, so I'm ready to go.
Very cool.
Wow. Well, I might have to look into that. I've got tons of space, but I think I'm just going to do 2 more. So I'm going to have 4 110-gallon tubs out there is my plan this year. I put the screen. I'm going to do a screen door situation on top. That way it's a lot heavier and a lot finer. So that way the frogs hopefully won't get in, but I'm hoping enough sun will get in. Have you had any experience with screens or do you have tons of frogs up there? Oh,
we got a billion tree frogs and you just hear them all night long. But they don't go in my water. So I've done it for 2 years now. I've never had tadpoles, but when I mow my lawn, they're jumping around everywhere. So they're out there. They just stay out of my water for some reason. I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure my dog scare them away too.
Oh, yeah, that's cool too. I actually did a video on these little things because I thought they were so cute last year. I had no idea that they were like wiping everything out. Holy cow. Now, should we do the super chats quick?
You got quite a few stacked up, and you've got 40 thumbs down so far.
Awesome. That's great. Well, let's see if I can find where I'm at here. Oh, gosh. Nico just stomped on, he's in my thing.
See, this
would have
been.
Can you do it? Because my thing isn't.
I sure can. Rena was saying, I almost forgot to tell you guys happy April Fool's Day. It would have been a great opportunity to do a nice April Fool's themed title and thumbnail. I quit the hobby.
Yeah, it's the only time you can get away with clickbait without people getting lynching you.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. IHSPS Tech Tribe with the $2 super sticker with the good vibes. I think those are purple hearts on there. I can't make it out on the screen I'm looking at. Thank you very much.
Oh.
I'll let you say the thank yous. I'll tell you what they are.
Thank you so much.
And you've got John McKenzie dropping that $1 pile of poo on you.
All right. We can always use poo.
Guppy Shack with another $1 pile of poo.
Oh, awesome. Guppy Shack's awesome.
Delilah's Critters with a $2 super chat that reads, to make up for the thumbs down, LOL.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And the thumbs down goes great with the April 1st also.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Our buddy Recon 338 throwing a $20 super chat at you with 3 thumbs downs, and this is just kidding. Thumbs up.
Oh, Recon, you're too nice to me. We need to find out if he's going to be going to that Charlotte meetup
Absolutely.
on Saturday.
Our friend Multiple Aquariums here with $2 super chat says, because Ed is super cool. He definitely
Well, thank
is.
you so much. I really appreciate that.
And Catherine Page with the $2 super chat says, here it was for the dog. Hold on, it jumped on me. There we go. Here for the Steenfot dogs with a little smiley face.
Oh, well, thank you, Bob, also.
Now that they're gone.
Right. Rico said with the $10 super chat, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I've never thought I could feel so free. Hee hee. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Do you know that one, James?
No,
Believe it or not, it's just me.
I have to.
Did he fly like this? Believe it or not. I think he used to fly something like that instead of like this. I think he maybe had one hand. I don't know. It was the greatest American hero.
The greatest American hero.
Well, I'm just gonna resign, and I'll see you guys later.
It's aliens. This goes. It was like what was the aliens came down and gave him the suit, or the
that's
the
right.
spandex.
And we've got the Chubby Guppy with the $5 super sticker with those 3 hippos popping up out of the water.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love those hippos.
By the way, that wasn't a question. That was the name of the show. He's the greatest superhero. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
People are guessing like Superman,
right?
Oh.
Amanda G165 says, does no one else have problematic raccoons? Back on the topic of ponds there.
You know, we have a lot of raccoons here, but I've got a pool in my backyard so I've got like this giant privacy fence, and I've got squirrels that come over, but I never see any raccoons. So I don't have the raccoons like in the area where my tanks are, and that's probably why the frogs like it so much. Bob, do you have any problems with anything trying to get in yours?
I have a Mastiff, a Doberman, and a pit bull. You don't see anything around here.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Now,
Yeah.
James, are you going to try to do any tubbing this year?
I'm not this year. I've got other things that I need to focus
It's so
on.
addicting. Like for me, I really had to like make sure I didn't go crazy, because to me it was like rediscovering the whole hobby. I felt like I was on Craigslist, I was on Facebook Marketplace, offer up. I'm like, I need more tubs. I really had to like make sure I was keeping myself in check because it was super fun.
Well, Bob, my property, you know, it's like a long piece of like this, but then it has this one piece of land that like flags out like this behind my neighbor's privacy fence. So it goes 2 acres and then this one chunk. And I was thinking it would be perfect for me to drop. I could put 15 tubs if I wanted to someday, right on that side of his privacy fence. And then it's all woods on the other side. So, I mean, all this piece of property is nothing but mowing extra grass. So, yeah, I thought about doing tubs down that way someday. But
I'm still always looking for like just really, really cheap tubs because they're starting to come up there in price now with everything that's been going on. So, hopefully I can find some.
I hope so. No, I've got other things I need to focus on. I could take that time and effort and put it into bettering the channel and bettering my current setups.
Having tubs would automatically raise your clout of the channel.
Right. I mean,
every tubbing video I've done has been terrible, but
I'm gonna have to do a tubbing video, and it'll just be my bathtub. I'll do one of the bathtubs. We'll turn into.
Hey, that sounds like an OnlyFans content. Let's.
Oh Lord, no!
But your turtles will eat them all.
Yeah, true.
Well,
let's see.
If I do the 15 tubs someday on that back piece of flag part of my property, I'd have to know that James would be able to get rid of the guppies for me. Because what would I do with that many guppies?
Absolutely.
And those Chubby Guppy just mentioned, I was looking at those. Those are the exact same 110-gallon tanks or tubs that I have, the $59 ones. And they're $59 again this year. And they're 100% recyclable or been recycled. materials.
So I heard that those ones, I forget the brands, but I know what one you're talking about. I heard that they bow pretty badly. Is that true?
I didn't have any bowing, but now I did have them side by side. But well, you think, and then I have like this. This is gonna make me sound like a rich guy, but I'm not. But it's against my pool house.
So yeah, we got the sauna on this side, the pool house on this side, and then behind that's the racquetball court.
His pool boy really does not like dealing with the ponds.
No, I've got like a pool shed. It's just a bathroom and place to put all the supplies for the pool, like the cleaner and the all the stuff you need for the pool. But
okay, Richie. Okay, Richie.
Well, but it's a little brick building, so I put them up against the side of that, and then I put one right against that. But there was one wall that was just loose, and it didn't bow at all. But I left about 6 inches off the top. I didn't fill them to the very top because I wanted to keep the screen on it, and I have water hyacinth, so that way the water hyacinth could grow. And we have so much rain here. We actually had more rain than Portland last year. So I don't want them to ever flood either. So,
well, you just drill little holes in the top.
Yeah.
Little drain holes, but yeah, I get it. Someone said that there's frozen split.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. Well, you see, here it doesn't hardly freeze either. Last winter, we only had 2 freezes. This year, we've had about, 14 days that went below 32, which has been really nice because I'm hoping that it attacks the flea population. Last year was just terrible for fleas.
Oh, I don't know if I want to come there if there's fleas.
I know. That's the worst part of, there was a lot more ticks in Missouri, but, we had the snow, so there wasn't a million fleas. So you'd always have to put that stuff on the back of your dog's head. That's what Bob Kaler has to do. But okay, so I was planning on doing 4 tubs this year, all side by side. I'm going to put the metal, or I'm going to do like a screen, like for like the door screens to keep the frogs out of it. And I'm hoping that enough sun will go through that. The 3 fish I'm planning on putting in Nebula Steel. My Japanese blue tails, I've set up a whole tank. I've been splitting them and growing them out just to get 2 colonies. So I'm going to put 1 colony of my Japanese blue tails out there. I'm going to take the best looking blue guppies I got last year out of my tubs, because last year I just did experimental mutt guppies in both tanks. So this year I'm going to put the blue ones that I just look amazing that came out of it from last year back out there. And then I'm thinking about putting the swordtail guppies. And I was talking to James earlier about putting some, what are the bristlenose?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done anything other than, well, you did, you've done white clouds and stuff, but have you ever done any bottom feeders?
The first year I did bristlenose, and the problem with them is that, well, obviously they're super prolific, but trying to get all of the fry out of a black tub, there's no way to get them all unless I drain the whole thing. They're really hard to see.
And then they're also so poopy.
Yeah.
Was that a problem?
Issue? I would just turn the hose on the thing and just let it run for however long I needed to. So I didn't really have a problem with fish waste. The other thing though is I don't think you're going to block too much sun, because my issue here is I get too much sun and it fries the plants. So yeah, not really anything I have to worry about. And I also have this weird carpeting plant growing already in one of my tubs. It looks like grass, but grass doesn't grow underwater, so I don't know what it is. I'm waiting for it to it's sending runners, and it looks like maybe dwarf hair grass, but it's about 5 or 6 inches. So hair grass, but not dwarf.
Oh, that's awesome.
Weird. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out.
I tried a bunch of different plants last year, and the one that was the best, I think, was the water hyacinth. So I think I'm just going to go with the hyacinth again. The only criticism I have about the hyacinth is the flowers only last for 2 days.
Yeah. So those overwintered for me this year.
Oh, nice.
And unfortunately, so did the guppy grass, or not the guppy grass, the frog bit.
I've got a 5-gallon bucket of guppy grass that I was testing out my guppy grass to see if it would live through the winter, and it looks like it has. So I could put
Yeah,
some
mine
guppy
has.
grass.
I do have one with guppy grass. Like it doesn't thrive for me, but I don't have enough. Like it's 360 gallons, and there's maybe 30 white cloud minnows, so they're just not producing enough nitrates for guppy grass. For whatever reason, none of my minnows, I got no fry last year.
Oh man. Well, my goal was to put like 40 of each guppy in, because the tank I put, or the tub I put 40 guppies in, came out like 4,000 at the end of the year. And so,
A Brazilian.
yeah, a Brazilian. It was awesome. So, I mean, maybe I'll be able to trade these things with people and everything. It'd be a lot of fun. Trying to think where, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Has anybody mentioned any questions at all? Because if anybody says it, just cut me off, James.
So to keep up with your super chats, I have like the chat paused at like the last super chat that wasn't, or the first super chat that wasn't addressed.
Okay.
But we've got several of those. I do want to say real quick, Deborah Lewis mentioned the thumbnail could be me in a tub with a rubber ducky. You don't want to see that. The closest you're getting to that is there's one guy on YouTube, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he's got a video of me in a 100-gallon aquarium with water draining down on top of me. That's the closest you're getting. Some of you will remember that from back in the day, so to speak. If you got Michelle Kinsey
challenge with an aquarium.
No, somebody asked for a funny intro for one of their videos. So I was like, hey, I just resealed this 100-gallon. It's actually the one that's under the 90, so the 90 drains directly into it. So I'm like right underneath the 90-gallon that's overflowing into the 100-gallon. And so I filmed the intro in the aquarium. That was interesting.
I'll give you a hint where it could be. He had a good day, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, they probably don't say A. I probably just made it. Wait,
You just made it half
an
Canadian, Aussie. Yeah.
Good
Did we
night,
have
mate.
any Aussie Canadians? No. But yeah.
I'm going to give you a hint and speak with an Australian accent, but Canadian words.
Yeah. It was an Aussie. Michelle Kinsey with $2 thumbs up, a super sticker, the big red thumbs up there.
Oh, duckweed. That's what I said. Frog. What did I say? Frog bit? I'm talking duckweed. Duckweed
Yeah.
overwintered.
Oh, I was
nice.
thinking you don't like your frog bit?
Yeah,
Frog bits.
duckweed. Duckweed.
Even though I have so much frog bit right now, I got to get James another tub worth, because I've got so much. I'm actually throwing it back in the garden. James.
Fertilizer. Xana Doo dropping a $1 pile of doo on you.
Thanks, Sandu.
And then Rico Stan's going to bed. Have that highlighted. Rico, have a great night. You're probably already logged on by now, buddy.
Yeah.
We had Douglas Ragsdale with the $2 super chat. Says Ed wins the next arts and crafts session.
I try to change it up all the time, so nothing's ever going to be the same 2 weeks in a row. But if you want to watch me like painting and stuff, you can go to Pam's show on Thursday nights. I'm on there with Priscilla, Jess the Granny, Shrimp Granny, Bob Kaler, and Pam, and I'm always painting on that channel.
And we have Texas Fish Room dropping a pile of poo on you as well with the $1 super sticker.
Oh, let's Texas Fish Room. Bam. I should have been making sure to see if I had anybody else's stickers. I wasn't thinking about that.
Chubby Guppy, this is a good point. I was talking.
Texas Fish Room.
Oh, nice.
He made the hat.
Love it.
I should try put this hat on so I'm like you guys.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
I'm like Shadow.
Repping the coop hat. That's why I try and like flip it up. Like normally I don't wear like my bill like up, but if I bring it like down, then the light's like you said, the shadow. But we're all just gonna do the stream like this.
The coop hat that I normally wear, I notice every time I look in a mirror, it's angled to the side. I don't know what it is, but it's always like I've always got it like this, and I'm like, give me a break, Ed. I mean, if you ever see that, James, make sure I straighten my bill.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We keep all those for the bloopers reel. But the Chubby Guppy brought up a point that you and I talked a little bit about before the stream started, which was Michael's Fish Room didn't have very good luck with his bristle nose outside. Absolutely.
Yep. We did talk about that.
We're trying to find somebody that has had luck with them. And I'm not, it could be done, but there's a lot of things.
Yeah, mine were outside. They bred just like normal. I mean, just like you would expect. I don't know why. Maybe they're unhappy outside, but something's going on. But mine, it was crazy. There was hundreds of them.
Well, and he's way up north, so maybe he has a lot less time for them to get settled.
You asked about bottom feeders. So in one of Danny's ponds, I put in peppered Corridoras, and they bred as well.
Oh, I see. I would love that. That'd be really cool.
And we kept them out. I mean, the water was down into the 40s before we brought them inside, and there was fry and adults, and yeah.
See, we're going to be going to a swap on Saturday in Charlotte, and I'm thinking maybe if I see some Corys or something like that, I'll buy them, and then I'll throw those in there too. Is that just?
Well, I mean, peppered Corridoras specifically can go cold. Those are like one of the few. Like a lot of people do them in unheated aquariums and things like that.
Well, do they handle the heat?
I mean, I've seen them in discus tanks. I've never kept them hot personally, but yeah.
I'm always checking the temperatures out there, and I'm trying to keep it down. It's only light for about 6 hours of the day because there's this giant tree that covers it for the bright parts of the day. So they get it in the morning and in the evening, about 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. And I'm going to put air pumps in there this year just to keep the water flowing a little bit. I didn't do air last year. And then I'm going to also, I have these little water fountains that work for solar.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Good. And
I also have so I do the USB air pumps off of a solar panel into a sponge filter for aeration. And yeah, it only aerates when it's sunny out, but I don't use it for filtration. I use it for aeration. So the fact that it runs half the day is better than none at all.
Gotcha.
For me.
Right. All right.
Okay. Go.
I just got to grab some things from the chat here and a couple super stickers, chats, things, stuffs, all the things. So Mike's Aquatics and Things says, I bought a ceiling fan the other day. Complete waste of money. He just stands there applauding and says, oh, how smooth it is. With the dad jokes. Thank you, Mike. I know that you get a kick out of those, Ed. There was a question for Bob about using dechlorinator. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Steenfot, you have to dechlorinate each time you run the hose in the tub. From Beverly.
I don't. I mean, so my water comes from, at any point, it can come from 4 different sources, and only one of those has chlorine and chloramine in it. And so it's basically one of those things like, if my dechlorinator is like sitting right there, I'll use it. But if it's not, I'm not too worried about it. And it's never been an issue for me. Like we would have to go through, for me to get the chlorine, hey buddy, and the chloramine water, we would have to be like in a serious drought, and it would start pumping in the water from the next city over. So not too worried about it.
Gotcha.
Well, that's about, everyone should know their water and know what you need to do for your specific area.
Bob Kaler, I see him in the chat. He turned me on to this, was crushed coral. And I took it like one step farther, and now I put it like in pantyhose, and I drop that into each one of those tubs. Because not that my water is soft going in at the beginning of the year, but by the end of the year, I don't know. If we have tremendous rain, I don't want it to get soft. Yeah. So I throw the coral in there, and I think that just works super good.
Plus, it's fun to go make that purchase. I go to the dollar store, and then I buy a whole bunch of party poppers and pantyhose together, and then when they look at me, I just go, hey, it's for Saturday nights, okay?
Nice.
With Hillbilly Aquatic with a $5 super chat. Just says TMF. TMF. I don't know. I figured that was an inside thing that I wasn't aware of.
I hate TLAs.
Too much fun.
Too many
much fun?
fish. Too many fish.
Oh, too many
That's
fish.
what, yeah, we're getting rid of all our fish.
Well,
That's actually, we're all just getting rid of all of our tanks. We're going to be strictly cats and dogs from now on. So sorry, guys.
So I would do the crushed coral and pantyhose for my Lake Tanganyika tanks way back in the day.
The solar pumps that I buy, I just get them off of Amazon. I don't know, James, would you want to pop one up? Just like type in.
Plus, it also has an awesome video we could link to where he goes over the unboxing and how he fitted them for the pond use and all that wonderful stuff. But it took me just a second before I could switch over and do that. John Cox says, asking, are we going, or Chattanooga Ed, are you and James going to the Chattanooga group swap on the 24th of April? Ed is. I'm going to try and make it down there. And then Andre Ellis says, at Chattanooga Ed, y'all just be traveling the country, huh? LOL. We do some. We do some traveling around, mostly on the eastern part of the country. But yeah, we want to expand out west.
Yeah. Oops, I just lost my sign.
We have Fantastic Freaks with $5 super chat. Dropping 5 here just because. Stay fantastic, guys, with a thumbs up and a puffer emoji.
Yep, that's awesome. And I think he's in my fantasy baseball league, and that kicked off today. So good luck, y'all. That'll be cool. Oh, and Tiffany White's here. Tiffany, all your guppies are doing super good. Tiffany gave me some guppies, Bob, last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But it was really bizarre because I thought I had bought some blue grass guppies at the swap that James and I went to in Cincinnati. And then when I pulled them out of the bags, they were half blacks. The bag with the grass guppy in it was mislabeled, and it was just a mutt guppies. So that was really cool that I still ended up getting some grass guppies from her. And then she also gave me some really pretty black lace guppies that are doing great too.
I have long fin white cloud minnows from Tiffany.
Oh, awesome. And they were probably tub too. She has a great video on tubbing. Her setup is super pretty. James, we got to get over there and check her stuff out. Sometime.
Absolutely. I bet that was the Milkshake Fund. Because we were talking about the Milkshake Fund last week.
You know what? I had a terrible milkshake today.
What?
Yeah, I went to Sonic so that I forgot to buy tea for the stream. So I thought I would get a slushie for the stream. But then I was also going to get a shake for then. And I got a peanut butter cup milkshake, and it was just vanilla and a ton of whipped cream. And the more I drank it, the more ill I was getting. So I just stopped. It was
yikes.
Yeah, it was weird.
So I do, want to mention one more thing about the outdoor tubs and the water being soft. A lot of maybe something to think about in your area. I have to watch it here. Is leaves. If you get a lot of leaves falling in there, obviously, when they start breaking down, it can crash your tub and crash the pH.
Yeah, I don't do any tanning or tannins other than just natural stuff that might fall in. But
yeah,
I kept the the screens over, so I was really doing pretty good there.
Oh, I thought the screens were going to be your new thing. Oh no, that's right. You had big.
I had bird netting. Yeah, I had big.
That's right. I get these like monster leaves that, like in a good windstorm, I'll just end up with just a whole tub full of them that I got to take out.
I could totally see that. Well, and I never saw any dragonflies for the longest time in my backyard. And one day I was just laying in the pool, and this like swarm of dragonflies swam over my head, going towards my tub. So it was like, oh my God. So I ran out and tried to
get out the shotgun and start firing away.
That's what I should have done.
No, he sent the pool boy after him. The pool boy was fanning him with that big leaf anyway, so he just swatted at him and took care of it.
Oh no.
Hey, Fish Troops, how are you?
That's terrible. Okay, so we talked a little bit about plants, and that was something I want to talk about. Is I'm just going to do the water hyacinth this year. And maybe some guppy grass.
I always throw my plant clippings in my pond, and if they make it, they make it. So I've got all kinds of weird stuff growing out there.
Now you see, I don't want to add any duckweed to it. Is what I'm afraid of.
Oh, that was my mistake.
Yep.
So I think I've pretty much gone through everything.
Well, we've still got 20 minutes left, so that's not good.
I figured then we could just if anybody has any suggestions or anything.
Now Ed will be paying attention to the chat.
Yes, I will. I have not been paying close attention whatsoever. I've been just looking at my notes.
So I covered my tubs last year, and very much in the spirit of trailer park trash, I simply popped the screens off the windows and threw them over the tubs, and I was good to go. I was like, I have nothing. And I'm like, because leaves was my big concern. Like the tubs I put out to get them set up, I come back and they're just full of leaves, like you mentioned. And so that was like, we'll keep the leaves out with that. So it worked. It worked. I mean, I am very much, and for the record, anybody that's not familiar, when I use the term trailer park trash, I live in a mobile home community, so I'm not speaking bad of anybody, which is another reason I'm not really going to do tubs. I'm hoping that eventually I can expand the front porch. And when I expand the front porch, I can build it around two of the 110-gallon tubs so that you can't really see the tubs as as they're making homeowners association inspections every day on the golf cart looking to see what's in your yard and on your porch and all that stuff. So I'm hoping to be able to do that eventually. But if I just threw a couple of big tubs out there, I'd get a fine and I'd have to take them down because they're not permissible.
I actually am going to also do one more tub, I guess, this year. And I'm going to make a mini koi pond. And I say koi, it's going to be goldfish because I think they're cuter looking. But I've got a big hot tub right outside my door, and I've tried to get people to come and take it away, and nobody wants to move it because it's so big. So I'm going to seal it up, and I'm going to put a waterfall in it, and I'm even thinking about putting rocks all around it so it looks more like a little pond type thing. And then I'll have a place to dump my duckweed also. So I'm actually going to do a fourth one, and that one I'm not worried about dragonflies in. I don't think there's a dragonfly that can tango with a goldfish. But
be interesting to watch them try.
Yeah. I think the goldfish would eat anything that's small. I don't know how fast.
My duckweed, I wish I remember who said it, but in my worm bin, and they go crazy for it.
Nice.
Well, I dump it in the garden, and I've got two gardens out there, and just till it in, and it's supposed to be great fertilizer. So we'll see. I think BJ was saying if I put screens over, I'll be reducing their food, and BJ's correct. I won't be doing mosquitoes because they won't be able to get in there, but it's the sacrifice I'm willing to. I don't know what is up with my mouse. I've got this thing where it just spins super fast on the chat if I try to move it right now.
That's YouTube.
Oh, well, I can't keep control of it. Well, but so I can't go up to see who said that. But I'm going to sacrifice the mosquitoes to keep the frogs out, because the frogs were a lot worse than the mosquitoes ever were.
So John Cox is wanting to know, Chattanooga Ed, do you need a butterfly koi? I have one that needs a home about 8 to 10 inches long.
Not right now. That's going to be when it gets really hot outside. That's when I'm going to work on that thing. So I'm a ways away from that. Right now I want to just do my guppies, but I appreciate it, John.
And then Merdul saying, absolutely, says a pool house, 2 gardens. Yep, Ed's rich.
No, I'm just retired and have nothing to do.
That's one of those things that generally in life, in most aspects, you can substitute time for money. Whether it's
He's like No, I was saying he's like Scrooge McDuck swimming around in his pool of gold coins.
Yeah. I went over to Ed's house one time and I had to walk up the stairs, which is actually made of money bags, to get to his second sauna room. It was just crazy.
Oh, now I have a sauna.
Yeah. Well,
I do not have a sauna. I would, if I had a sauna, I'd probably lose weight.
Yeah.
But I just go outside. I live in Chattanooga. It's so hot in the summer. It's like a sauna. But yep. So if anybody else has any suggestions, now James and I, we invested in some rice fish a year ago, and I could try to do the rice fish outside, and we could keep those year round.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So
this year, I want to do something I can do year round. So I'm doing a lot of native fish this year. I've decided. Because catching fish out of 360-gallon tubs is it's brutal.
Oh, I don't.
Fish Dreams with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Been enjoying the Outdoors channel. So that's all you, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
James and I don't get outside enough.
No, we don't. I walked outside yesterday. I was like, oh my God, it's bright. Okay, deal with it.
I walked outside today and I couldn't believe how cold it was.
Yeah.
It was like 55 degrees. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, so I went back in and put on a hoodie just so I could get my shake and my slushy.
Yeah, I had to throw on my new Aquarium Co-op hoodie. Loving that thing.
Oh, cool.
Did you get is it the zip up one?
It is the zip up one.
The logo on the front?
Yep.
It's like special.
Oh, wow.
It is. It's like special edition. Limited time only. So get them while you can because they won't last forever. The only downside to zip up hoodies is when I go places and like it's hoodieable, if you will. So like the last event, I wore my hoodie while we were in line and went through the fish swap, is I can actually get my gimbal and everything into the big singular pocket on the pullover hoodies, and I can't do that on a zip up. So that's my only like thing with zip ups is like I have to actually like hold my gimbal if I'm using it for that purpose. Other than that, I love them.
The big pocket. I always can pull something out from around me to tie into the streams.
Yep.
So
that's because you have that staff of 5 people that stand behind camera running grab things for you.
Yeah, is it the butler or the cook that's handing you this stuff?
It's the nanny. It's the cat nanny.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. And I just looked at my cat and he's like sitting on the table, but the creature from the Black Lagoon is like resting up against him. It's like, this is how the creature was sitting with the cat right up against it. That's hilarious. I wish I could turn the camera so you guys could see that.
Thank you, Murdo, for posting that link to the Mabu Puffer hoodie on the Coop channel.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. Well, no, I can't. There's something really weird with my mouse because it's like it's got a circle with a triangle on it, and it just goes.
Okay, so what you need to do is click down on the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel clicks.
Click it.
This thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you've got it clicked for like super speed zoom.
Oh, that's so much better.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
This is why Ed pays me the big bucks to be his tech guy. Because clicking buttons is not his thing.
Yes, James is the producer of the show.
I'm sorry.
But I don't know. Somebody was asking about food. I feed the fish every day. I just keep my bucket outside, snap it down, and then feed them that way. My dad loves the fish outside too, so a lot of times he feeds them. So that's been one thing is my dad, he has a hard time with the fish and fish tanks nowadays, but the ponds or the tubs, he just absolutely loved those, just completely. So
yeah, I'm super jealous of Corey's whole fish room full of ponds.
Yeah. That's like an end goal. Like It's beautiful. It's bliss. It really, really is.
Yeah. If we win the lottery, we'll do that, James.
All right.
We'll have to hire friends though, like Corey has. So we have like our own Bob here, and well, we got a Bob. We got Bob Kaler.
Yeah.
I only get called in when it's time to move heavy stuff, though.
Right.
Well, maybe we could set you up with a summer house here in Tennessee, and then you could be in our videos too. You could just sit in the couch in the background.
I'll just get the pool house.
Yeah. Oh, my next door neighbor has a cat, and it sits apparently in front of doors waiting to go in. I'll look outside in the morning, and it's sitting at the door to the pool house. There's nobody in there. It's just a big shed, but it sits there waiting for somebody to open the door for it. Not a very smart cat. Not very smart at all.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's thinking. Let's see. So James and I think we're about, are we going to go to Charlotte tomorrow?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm willing to go.
I'm willing to go.
Okay, so James and we're going to go to Charlotte tomorrow, and we're going to come back Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we have Easter. But I mean, you don't have any Easter things you got to do on Saturday, do you?
I'll have to do them tomorrow because, I have to do the Easter Bunny's prep work for him. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
But, I mean, we could talk about it afterwards. We only got about 8 minutes left. 10 minutes, something like that. Some amount of time. But we'll get it figured out. And we'll make a decision. And who knows? Maybe we'll go. Maybe we won't. You all just have to wait and see. Fighting my cord here.
Maybe if we don't, I'll just drive to Knoxville and get James, and we'll do something.
All right. You got Bob Kaler in here giving you a hard time about your glasses with a $5 super chat there, Ed. I don't know if you found that one or not.
Oh, I did not see that one. Let me put my glasses on. Oh gosh, these have so many fingerprints on them. These ones are better. Oh my gosh, these aren't much better either.
While you're looking for that, I want to say Delilah's Critters was asking about Mrs. Fever. She is doing okay. She's still healing up, doing the whole physical therapy thing. They haven't elected to do surgery yet, so I guess that's a good thing. But she's still very much down for the count, stuck in the recliner. So she's getting there.
Poor thing. Okay, so let's see here. We've got the Carolina Aquatic Expo Spring 21, Saturday, April 3rd, 2020 at 11 to 4. So we'd probably be leaving around 4:30. It's a 6-hour drive home. So, well, actually it's 5 hours, I think. So we'd definitely be doing your stream in the car again.
Absolutely. But Bob's super chat there was a $5 super chat from Kaler's Aquatic. Says towards some glasses that work. And then it's got the glasses emoji there.
And my glasses aren't working very good. I don't have the good one. The best readers I have like little dogs all on the inside. And I bought 2 of them, and I can't find them anywhere. And these are like, both these pairs, you can see how they're different. Neither one of these are, they look like I'm swimming in something, because everything's like, it's just as good without them. It's terrible.
And there was a question regarding the tubs outside in terms of what type of netting to use.
Well, okay. If you're only worried about dragonflies, I would definitely go with bird netting. It's like this really lightweight net that you can put over like trees that have apples and stuff, and it keeps the birds off your apples. You can get it at Tractor Supply for like a couple bucks for a big bag, because they're huge nets that cover, a tree. But unfortunately, my problem is little bitty frogs eating my fry. So I'm going to go with screen door material or window screen material. It's a drag. And what I'm going to do is buy 2x1s, and I'm going to just staple it down all around. And then I'm going to put 2 1-bys across the top. So that way it like I'll fit it so it fits just right over the tank or the tub, and then the one buys on top will take the weight of it. So I'm not putting the weight on the screens, and that's the plan right now. Maybe I'll paint them black or something so they don't look tacky. Was that good enough?
Yeah.
I mean, people do use like diffuser, light diffuser, egg crate. I've seen that a lot. You could use just about anything. The problem is like even that egg crate, those frogs would have no problem jumping right through.
Oh yeah,
those little bitty squares.
They get in there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Sean would like to know what you guys use for filtration in those tubs. Let's say for 110 gallon or 300 gallons.
Well, that's both of us. Bob has the 300. I have the 110. I use nothing. Water hyacinth.
Nothing. This is why I say like you don't need filters in fish tanks either.
Right.
If it's stocked correctly, it's just normal water changes.
Yeah.
Paul wants to know, don't you have a few pairs of glasses under your table in the general store?
I might. I don't. See, the problem with having cats is they knock everything off somewhere.
Well, you need to get the cat nanny to train them not to do that.
I know. Well, they do it, though. It's the problem. I actually don't see any other glasses, and it's driving me nuts. I see a pair of sunglasses, but I don't see any good glasses around.
John Cox also mentioning plants is the only filter used for his tubbing as well. And yeah, that's really the go-to for quote-unquote filtration on the tubs outside is just plants.
And it you have like free light, so you don't have to even buy anything to keep those alive. I wish I knew that I could try to keep my water hyacinth year round. I just threw it all out. I threw that out in the woods. I was going to say compost, but I don't have a compost pile. I just have side of a mountain that I chuck things off of.
Mine turned all brown, but it's coming back now. I never took them out. I just let them. It's like, there's no fish in there anyways. It doesn't matter. And they floated all winter, and now they're starting to grow back.
Now, do you look to see if there's eggs or anything on those?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. They're like the perfect spawning mop.
Cool. Well, I meant insect eggs.
Oh no. I was always looking for rainbow eggs myself.
Oh, totally makes sense. I even had a great big tomato worm eating them last year.
Wow.
And I just left him on there because it was kind of cool that he could get to different islands all over the time, just munch on one leaf. But he never ate all the leaves on one plant. So he'd munch on it. And I mean, he was huge. But he'd end up on a different hyacinth eating a different leaf the next day. And I just thought it was kind of fun. So I just left it in there.
That's like there's a big wolf spider in my shower, and he just hangs out there. So I'm like, just leave him there.
Well, he's eating something.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather have him than whatever it is, like earwigs or whatever it is he's eating.
Right.
I'd rather have him.
God.
So Dolbeck Aqua Designs with two questions. The first is best stocking option for a first tub, and the second being, do you do water changes on ponds or just top off?
So I do water changes, not very often, but like if I'm mowing the lawn, I'll just drop the hose in there and let it run for a little bit. That's about it. Like most of it is top off though, because we don't get a lot of rain in the summer. So
I didn't have to do any. Last year was my first year. I had to do 0 water changes or add 0 water because the rain just constantly. Sometimes I had to pull water out because it got too high. But that was it.
Well, and mine was similar with my limited experience last year, but I took and put drain holes in and then just used some sponge media and fitted it into the hole so it was an overflow. So I didn't have to worry about draining.
Well, and when I did drain, though, is I drained from the bottom. I put a hose and let it drain from the. So I wasn't just taking it off the top. It's impossible to take it off the top with guppies in the summer because you have so many guppies on top. So
mine have like little 1/4 inch overflow holes, and it always gets full of like leaf litter or needles, but it'll still slowly drain out. So like I always make sure the water is up to there, but if I leave it running, it would take like hours for it to drain out, but eventually it always does. So
See, I thought about drilling and putting something like that in all of my tanks, but I was just afraid that I'm going to have guppies going through that hole.
Pre-filtered sponge.
if I
recommend
like
it.
it just because I don't have to pay attention, like in the fall, in the spring when it just dumps rain, like I don't have to worry about it overflowing.
Yeah, that's smart. I should consider that too.
I mean, and you can like do like a quarter inch or a half inch and just fill it with like sponge material so the fry can't get through.
That's what I should do. And for stocking, if it's your first time, I would definitely go with try to find a steelhead guppy. They're guppies that kind of look like they're metallic on the top, but in the sunlight, they look amazing. They look like koi or something, but miniature size. Because, I mean, that sun hits them, and that yellow or blue or whatever the metallic is, it's just amazing. And they are hands down. They're much better to look at from, looking down than from the side.
Absolutely.
But steelhead guppies all the way. So, like, go to your local fish store, see if they have it, or a swap, or try to find some steelheads of some sort because you'll love it. And they're normally not the most expensive guppy out there. That's why I did it with them. So I've got blue steelheads that I'll be putting out there, and my yellows, they have like almost a yellow-white steelhead to them, but I almost lost them all to the frogs. So I don't think I'll be doing the yellows. Yep.
So I did white clouds, and I have long fins and I have gold, and I did gold just so I could see them. Like when the sun hits them, they look so good.
Cool.
All righty. It is 11:32 Eastern Standard Time, or is it Eastern Daylight Time now? Either way, it's Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Hello, Crystal's Pets and Plants.
Hey, Crystal. Well, thank you, Bob, a whole lot. Is there any more questions quick? Because we need to wrap it up. And remember, Dave's not going to be on tonight, so no aquarium thoughts.
No thinking about aquariums. No, I'm just kidding. BJ Palmer with a really good point here. Coming in at the last minute, right before the buzzer, says, put sand in the bottom so you can see those dark fish in tubs. I like that.
Makes sense.
My tubs are so deep. But you know what? That really makes sense. I think I might try that. I'll put some pool sand in there because that's almost a white sand.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I like that. I just went with bare bottom. But yeah, I think maybe I'll try that. Thank you, BJ. That's great. Was that BJ or with Fishy Dreams?
That was BJ Palmer. And final question I'll give you here. Aquarium Man says, why do you guys do tubbing? Existential.
I'm telling you, once you do one tub and you see how awesome it is, you won't have to answer or ask that question anymore. It's I don't know. It's so much more fun to me than having an aquarium. And it's hard to explain. You just really got to do it.
It's kind of like when you have a garden and you're growing these plants all summer long, and when it's harvest time and you have 500 strawberries to pick. When you're collecting all those guppies and you get to look at them, it's amazing. I mean, I filled up a couple of fish tanks just to bring them in. It was just insane, and it was so much fun. And I want to have fish oh my gosh, his tail's all wet. He's been rubbing his tail all over my cup. Oh, and I just spilled it on him. Sorry, buddy. I didn't spill the stuff on it. It was just the sweat. But no, for some reason, guppies just multiply. They love it out there. They multiply like crazy outdoors. Their colors are just incredibly beautiful outdoors. And other fish are the same way. They just, they're...
Any fish in sunlight looks 10 times better.
Yeah. And then it gives you something to be able to trade at swaps and clubs and with your friends. And so that's something else I want to do.
It's more like an actual, like real ecosystem, which is fun for me as well. Like you don't get all the random bugs and larvae and stuff in your aquariums, but you do out there, and the fish just go crazy for that stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna miss, having those screened in things. But I don't know. I don't want to put something that actually hurts frogs.
When I see the mosquito larva squirting around in there, I'm like, ooh, it's pond season time. Throwing some fish in there.
Now that's something I do plan on doing, is keeping a 10-gallon tank out there with just some water, like a few inches of water, and just netting out mosquito larvae and dropping them in. Or just dumping the whole thing. Yep. Because I actually did that a couple times. I just dumped the whole tub in there. And who knows, I may have had dragonfly nymphs. But seriously, like I said, I had 10 dragonfly nymphs in that one tank, and I still had 4,000 guppies from 40. So the dragonfly nymphs, I mean, even if they one baby a day for 3 months, I still had a ton. That was 300 guppies maybe I lost, but I mean, maybe they eat a lot more than that. I don't know. But it still just didn't matter. I had so many. And the dragonfly nymphs are crazy too, because big dragonflies live in the water for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So when they get, I think probably 2 to 3 years into it, they'll be eating your big guppies. But, my dragonfly nymphs never got bigger than that in the time I had them. So crazy. But yeah, when the dragonfly nymphs will get as big as parents almost, so they'll get like that big, and they'll be just chewing on your big guys. That would really suck. But, okay, well, Bob, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always fun.
I appreciate it. I am sorry I missed some questions. Apparently, I could not find them. I did go look again. Feel free to throw those in a comment on this video, and we'd be happy to address them on the next stream or directly in the comments, whichever you prefer. We'll see you Saturday, maybe from the road, maybe from the house. Who knows? But thanks, as always, Ed, for having me on. And Bob, always fun talking to you as well, my friend.
Yep. And hey, also, if we get out there to Charlotte, expect me to do my first live stream from an event, because I'll have James there to be able to turn it on. And as long as it's not like what happened in Cincinnati and we had to walk in a line, where we couldn't do anything. But if it's more just free flowing, I'm going to make sure I do some type of video. But thank you, everybody. Mods, you were amazing. Thank you, super chatters. You guys don't have to do what you do, and you do, and you're amazing. Thank you guys so much. And again, like what James just said, if you have any questions, I'll read the chat and we'll bring them up in next week. And I'll make sure that I write them down on a pad. I know 2 weeks ago we had somebody ask a question and I brought it up. So I will definitely keep up with that.
And don't forget to hit the thumbs down button.
Yeah, we got 43 up and 47 down.
Ooh, we're winning.
All right.
Well,
thank you, guys. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you on Saturday.
See ya.